Hello, my name is Jessica Carver, and I will be one of your discussion leaders this week. The article that I chose to discuss is titled The Association Between Perceived Injunctive Norms Toward Corporal Punishment, Parenting Support, and Risk for Child Physical Abuse. The purpose of this study was that previous research has found that corporal punishment is associated with poor behavioral, emotional, and mental outcomes for children that they can carry into adulthood. Previous research has also found that parents who use corporal punishment are also more likely to abuse their children. But despite these findings, corporal punishment is still often used by parents to discipline their children. So the authors wanted to take a look at what factors are actively encouraging parents to continue to use corporal punishment with their children as a disciplinary method. The research questions are as stated by the authors: what person serves as the main source of parenting support for mothers? Are perceived norms of this key support person associated with maternal attitudes toward use of corporal punishment as a risk factor for physical abuse? Is the perceived social support from this key support person associated with maternal attitudes and use of corporal punishment? Is the association between perceived norms and attitudes toward and use of corporal punishment moderated by the perceived social support from the key support person? All the participants were from New Orleans, Louisiana. They were all involved in the Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for women, infants, and children. 97% were biological mothers to the children being referenced in the study. 84% were Black, 6% were white, and 10% were another ethnicity. Most participants had a high school diploma or some college education. Over half of the participants identified religiously as Baptist. The methods that were used were various questionnaires and scales about how often the mother spanked their child, their attitude towards spanking, the perceived norms regarding corporal punishment of their key support person, and the perceived social support by their key support person. So the results that the authors got answered their initial 4 questions. So the first thing that they learned was the most common primary source of support was either the father of the child, the maternal grandmother, or a current partner who was not the biological father. They also found that identifying as Baptist and experiencing intimate partner violence were strong risk factors for the use of corporal punishment, and eventually strong risk factors for physical abuse. The normative influence of the main source of support was a predictor of parental corporal punishment attitudes and use. So this means that the key support person, if they grew up thinking that corporal punishment was okay to use as a disciplinary method for their children, they were influencing the mother to believe that corporal punishment was okay to use with their children. And the last thing that they found was social support from the primary source of support was not connected to corporal punishment use. It also did not moderate the connection between norms and corporal punishment use. So this just means that no matter how much support they thought that they got from their key support person, it was not influencing the use of corporal punishment. And the authors thought that this was probably because the mother was already being influenced by societal norms of the use of corporal punishment, or that just in general there is a high positive attitude toward parents using corporal punishment with their children.